we're here today making some cream of cauliflower soup. It's getting a little bit cold in this part of the world, so we want to make something warm to warm us up for lunches and for maybe a dinner. What we have here, we'll run through the ingredients, is just half a cauliflower. We have some garlic. We've got some eschalots. You can get brown onions as well if you can't get some eschalots, but these impart just that little bit better flavor. We have a lime. We have some unsalted butter. We have some cream and some chicken stock. So let's get started and let's get cooking. So we're now cutting up our cauliflower. Just take it all off around the main stalk. You can have a little bit of the stalks in there, but you don't want too much of it. I'll say all the flavors in the head of the cauliflower. Take them off. And these just need to be cut up roughly, just into fours. Into a bowl here at the front. Now we'll crush our garlic. Easiest way to crush our garlic, back of the knife, push down until you crush the garlic. We add just a little bit of salt to our garlic. We won't need to add too much salt in later on to the dish. And this, we just grind down our garlic using the knife. And chop them up a little bit more. And then we just grind him down. We keep on doing this until we make our garlic just into a bit of a paste. You can use a blender for this one if you wish, but because it's just such a small amount of garlic, there's no real need. There we have it, our garlic paste. We have already cut up our onions or shallots. Just cut them as small as possible. There's no real need to be exact with it. We've got our butter, cream, and our lime ready to go. Let's get cooking. We've preheated our pot over here. Just need a fairly decent sized pot. We'll add roughly around that's around 60 grams of butter that's in there now, just one more piece. Move it around quickly. We add our onions straight in. And straight away with our garlic. Keep on moving it around in the pot. We don't want too much colour at all from the onions. We just want to cook out the onions until they start to release all their lovely, beautiful flavours. You don't have to use butter if you don't want to. You can use a vegetable oil, but obviously butter makes it a lot more richer and a lot more flavour. Now that we've cooked our onions down for a couple of minutes, you can start to see that they're starting to become a little bit opaque in colour. There's no colour on the onions. We don't want to brown the onions at all. It'll just, if you brown them, it will darken your dish at the end. We now add in our cauliflower. And we can go straight away with our chicken stock. You can use a homemade chicken stock for this one, or you can purchase a good quality chicken stock from your supermarket. You've roughly got about 1.5 litres of chicken stock in there. We'll let this one cook away and we'll see you back shortly. While you're waiting for your cauliflower to cook, you can cook a couple additional added extras to put on top to make that cauliflower soup just that little bit more yum. So we've got some parsley here, lovely pick from the garden. We're just going to pick this parsley. And you can roughly pick the parsley. It's best that you just pull off all the leaves for the parsley and put straight into our blender that we have here. Make a lovely parsley oil. Very simple to do, but just adds so much flavour in. Also the lovely greenness of the parsley with the cauliflower, it just makes it look so much more inviting to eat. Now that should be enough parsley that we have in there. We're now going to add our olive oil to the parsley. We're using a nice extra virgin olive oil. You can keep this in the fridge for later, but as I say, if you're just making enough if it's for a dinner party for say 4 people, just want to make a decent amount. With our blender attachment and over into our trusty blender. And there we have it, our lovely parsley oil. We're now going to make another extra for our soup. We're going to make some croutons. Croutons are very easy to make. We have 3 slices of bread here. All we're going to do is cut off the crust. Do that for all 3. It's always good if it's nice and straight edges on there, so just use a nice sharp knife. And then we're just going to cut into little tiny squares. So it should only take you a very short amount of time. Obviously your knife skills are possibly not as quick as mine, but still it won't take you that long. Especially to add a little bit of crunch to your soup, and just adds that little bit of texture. There we go. We now add in our butter to our pan. We'll just need roughly around that 4 or 5 knobs of butter. Move around our pan to melt. Just want to keep moving your butter backwards and forwards. You don't want to brown your butter at all. Just want to melt it at this stage. So we can add now in our bread. Just sprinkle them across evenly. Now that bread should start to soak up all the butter that we have. And we should start to be able to move around our little sippets or croutons. If you're not good with a pan, you can use a wooden spoon just to move around. You want to coat your little croutons all the way over, making sure they're evenly coated in the butter. We want to keep on moving our croutons. Just take it off the stove every now and then and give it a shake so we can evenly brown our croutons. You can start to see them starting to brown up nice and beautifully. And we just want to give them a nice toasting all the way over. You can see all that butter now has been soaked up by the bread, and that's all in our yummy bread now. Makes it taste so nice. What I like to do with these croutons is a little bit of salt. You can either use a sea salt, or my favourite that I like to use is a little bit of Aladdin sea salt. Obviously I don't receive any money from Aladdin for promotional purposes. However, I would like to. And that should almost do it for our croutons. Just onto a little bit of kitchen paper, and there we have it. There's our croutons. Now our cauliflower has been cooking away for around 12 minutes. It may take you a little bit longer or less, so you just want to make sure that your cauliflower, as you can see, you can just crush it and it's well cooked through. So at this stage now, we can just remove from the heat. We have our trusty little blender here. We'll just give it a whiz. This is the stage now where we can add our cream. We have 300 ml of cream that we're adding in. We now add our lime or lemon, whichever one you want. I've made sure that there's no pips in this one, so you can either do it into your hand and get all the pips out, but I made sure there was no pips in this one before I did that. The lime just cuts through the creaminess of the sauce and just makes it that little bit extra delicious. We'll give it a quick taste. Yum. Just missing one thing. Just a little bit of black pepper. We're now ready to plate up our bowl of soup. We have our cauliflower soup here. Just in with our cauliflower soup. Lovely, rich and cream, beautiful taste to it. If you're just doing this for home, for your school lunches or anything like that, that's ready to go as is. If you're doing it for a dinner party or something else, you just want to add that delightness of that little bit extra special something. So we'll just go on with a few little croutons. We have a little bit of parsley, which we can add on here. And then our parsley oil, which we made earlier. There we have it. There's our cream of cauliflower soup.